on moral cultural issues. No one stood up and fought for the sanctity of human life as much as I did in the United States Senate. I was the author of the Partial Birth Abortion Ban Act. Again, an abortion measure that limited, that went at the heart of the abortion industry, identifying what is in the womb, which is a child. We finally got this issue out before the American public, and guess what? Yes, Bill Clinton kept vetoing them. We kept trying to override, but I got 12, 13 Democrats to vote for us. One by one. They didn't start out that way, but one by one they came over. Why? Because I went to the floor and pounded away. I'll tell you a story of Pat Leahy, one of the most liberal Democratic senators out there, who came up to me after about 4 years of this debate and walked up to me on the Senate floor and said, I want 20 minutes of your time because you apportion time between the two sides. And I said, he'd always voted against me. And I said, you want 20 minutes of my time? Don't you want 20 minutes of Barbara Boxer's time? And he said, you either give me 20 minutes of your time or I'm leaving, I'll vote against you. I said, take 25. And he went up, and he stood there and painfully recounted the arguments that I had been making over the past 4 years, and he finally said he could no longer stand against the weight of the argument. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we need. We need someone who can look in those cameras, who can talk to the American public, who can talk to members of Congress, and bring the weight of the argument behind us to get the things that are necessary to get this country in the right direction. I've done it in the toughest areas you can. Ending federal entitlements, getting people together on moral cultural issues. I've done it in the place that's the hardest place to do it in the country. And I've been successful in standing by those conservative principles. And I was able to win elections in doing so.
For years, a terrible form of violence has been directed against children who are inches from birth, while the law looked the other way. Today, at last, the American people and our government have confronted the violence and come to the defense of the innocent child. There are a lot of members of the Senate and House here today. I want to thank you all for passing this important legislation. Primary Senate sponsors with us, Senator Rick Santorum. In passing this legislation, members of the House and Senate made a studied decision based upon compelling evidence. The best case against partial birth abortion is a simple description of what happens and to whom it happens. It involves the partial delivery of a live boy or girl and a sudden, violent end of that life. Our nation owes its children a different and better welcome. America stands for liberty, for the pursuit of happiness, and for the unalienable right of life. And the most basic duty of government is to defend the life of the innocent. Every person, however frail or vulnerable, has a place and a purpose in this world. Every person has a special dignity. This right to life cannot be granted or denied by government, because it does not come from government. It comes from the Creator of life. And today, we welcome vulnerable children into the care and protection of Americans.